Hello, good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm just popping on because I was just thinking, how do you get children to follow directions? And I'm mostly talking about 2 year olds. We have a lot of children who struggle to follow simple directions, simple instructions. So, how do you get a child to follow a simple instruction? So, kids have to learn to follow simple instruction. And children who learn to follow simple instructions. Good evening, Mr. Okaya. How are you? I'm talking this evening about giving children simple instruction and getting them to follow instructions. So, how do you get children to follow simple instructions? Children who follow simple instruction are likely to experience a variety of sequences. So, for having to redo their homework, if you send them for something and they go and take your coat off, go and get your shoes, we are going to the park. Giving children simple instruction is a very good thing to do. However, it is never good to give a toddler more than 3 or 2 instructions at a time, depending on the age of the child. A 2 year old can take two, and this again depends on age and development of a child, can follow 2 instructions. Go and get your coat and your bag. Depends on the age of the child, or you'll have to give the 1 instruction, go and get your coat. Come back, go and get your jacket. Because giving children too much information at one time is never good. So give them simple instruction. When you give children instruction, you're looking to see whether they understand the instruction you're giving. So you have to speak in a clear language that they can understand. And it's important for them to understand what they're being asked to do. So, we have children who keeps repeating themselves all the time. As parents, you repeat what you said to the child clearly, slowly. Don't use language that they don't understand. So if you call it jacket and the child call it coat, then they might misunderstand what you're sending them for. Where it's a coat for me, it's a jacket for you. So you have to understand the language that the child understand. So if your child calls it a coat, go and get your coat. Now, depends if the child now understands, go and get your coat. You can extend that by saying, go and get your blue coat. So what you've done is put a color into it. So you've extended their knowledge by asking them to go and get a blue coat. So this is how. Don't give the child more than 1 direction at a time. Instead of saying, pick up your shoes, put your books away and wash your hands, you simply say, pick up your books or pick up your shoes. Once they've done that, then the next thing, put away your books. Once they've done that, now go and wash your hands. But if you say to the child, put away your toys, go and wash your hands and come for dinner, that might be too many for them. So they probably just hear the last bit, come for dinner. So give the instruction one at a time so that the child can understand what they've been asked to do. And that's the key for teaching children them simple instruction on what you want them to do. Go and get your coat, go and pick up your jacket, or go and get X, Y, and Z. These are simple things that you can give your child to do. If the child understands that instruction, then you can move it on. Then again, like I said, depends on the age and development of your child. If your child cannot understand all 3 pieces, don't. If your child can understand all 3 pieces, then that's a child you can give that amount of instruction to at one time. And they will cooperate, they will understand because they are listening to the instruction and they're following that instruction. Do not phrase your instruction as a question, as like, would you like to put away your toys? Then go wash your hand. If you're giving a child an instruction, give the child an instruction, put away. No, would you like to put away your toys? Because it's not in their interest to put away their toys. They're playing, they're happy playing. Why would I want to put away my toys? So if you're giving an instruction, you've already said we are now finishing. We're going to finish playing 5 minutes. If 5 minutes are finished, okay, it's now to put away your toys. Put your toys away and let's go. But if you ask them, would you like to put it away? They're going to say no, or they're just going to continue playing. So make sure your instructions are clear. Once you're giving a child that instruction, you can also, depends on the age of the child, if the child can talk, ask them to repeat. So if you're asking your child to go and get your coat, you can ask the child, what did I ask you to do? go and get your coat. So that way you are making sure that the child has heard what you have asked them to do and they understood what you have asked them to do. So you ask them to repeat back to you what you have asked them to do. That way you can be sure that the child have heard you correctly and are following. Children make mistakes, so don't think that they don't. They do make mistakes. They misunderstand and they misheard at times. So ask them, what did I ask you to do? What did mommy say? What did daddy say? Go and get your coat. Go and get X or Y. So you give the instruction them simple. And then you wait for them to explain back to you what you've asked them to do. Don't forget, your children are normal. They make mistakes. They are young. They get distracted when you're telling them things. So you have to repeat yourself maybe more than one. They behave impulsive because they're talking to them. They're looking at the TV. They're fidgeting. They're doing all sorts. So they're not really focusing on concentrating. So to get them to concentrate, remember, key thing, get down to their level at all time when you're talking to them. And make them understand and repeat, repeat, repeat. The more you repeat to them, the more it's understood what you're wanting them to do. When they follow out the instruction, you thank them. They come with the coat. Thank you. You got your coat. So you're reinforcing what you have asked them to do so they understand what you've asked them to do. Then you can ask them to do something else. So most of these tips are geared to around 2 to 3-year-old children or 2 to 4 in following simple instructions, telling them what to do. If you ask a child, turn off the TV, thank you for turning off the TV. If your child struggles to follow instruction, give them opportunity to practice doing simple commands like, please pass me a book, please pass a fork, please X, Y, and Z, so that you're giving them lots and lots of practice. The more the child practice, the more they will become better at doing it. So practice everything with your children is at the age of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is practice. Repeat, repeat, repeat. You want them to sit still, you have to repeat. Chairs are for sitting on. Sit on the chair. And you keep repeating it, then they will understand and they will remember that you're asking them to sit. And the time will come, well, in their brains it says, oh, I need to sit on the chair. And they'll learn not to stand up, but to sit on a chair. And these are simple things that you can do with your child at home to improve their behavior, improve their development skill, their concentration skills. Just keep on practicing, practicing, practicing. Repeat, repeat, repeat. And remember, stay calm. Don't allow your emotions to get the better of you, because when your children see that you get emotional when you give them an instruction and they don't follow through, that's a recipe for them to don't listen. Hope you enjoyed. And if you like, please share and just DM me if you want more instruction on parenting. And I'll be running parenting classes. So if you need parenting classes on behavior, on fussy eating, on sleeping, on setting routines, just let me know. My number is at the bottom. Contact me. My name is Nicole. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.